Yusuf Merchant, work with Tally, and this session has been made successful with the help of one of our esteemed gold partner, Tally Global Software. Tally Global Software is one of our top partner in UAE, and they give an end-to-end sales support and customization in Tally. So today's session, before we start the session, let me set certain ground rule. All the participants would be kept on a mute mode throughout the session. So if you have any questions, you can unmute, you can write it on the chat box, and you can click a button which says raise hand, and then we can unmute and you can speak accordingly. I've been shadowed with my teammates where I have Sayan and Anirudh on the meeting as well. So if there is any assistance required, if there's anything required, they'll be helping you in the chat as well. So before we start the session, yeah, Tally Prime 7.0, the you might have seen the latest update is available. It's ready for download on the from the website. We'll just give you a quick brief in this session about what's there in the product. What I'll do is I'll unshare my screen and share it again. I hope my screen is visible. So, Tally Prime 7.0 thoughtfully built. Now we'll be talking about the product and the new update, what has come in the product. So TallyPrime. So the key three features of TallyPrime are TallyDrive for secured backup, instant discovery with the SmartFind, and native support across interface, print, export, and a lot of things. So uh, if you see the journey of TallyPrime in terms of reporting, just 2 minutes. In terms of reporting, what all we have a go-to feature which navigates you to the you can toggle between multiple windows and see it how it works. Excel import capability, which gives you an exact whatever report you have, whatever data you have, you can import in Tally with the click of button.
Come.
Just 2 minutes. Okay, just 1 minute, cause yeah. Yeah, so I think, yeah. So over and above, if we talk into dashboard, which gives you a bird eye view of your business, and we came up with the latest recent update, which is called EVAT filing with the direct connect with MRR tax portal, where your value gets uploaded to the for the VAT filing. Now, if you yeah. So now user have found their own ways to automate their data backups over this year. If you see what has happened all this while, a lot of people they take a backup. So earlier version used to provide a manual auto backup. In Tally Prime Release 5, auto backup remove and further reintroduction happen. Then third party softwares and scheduler backup tasks were used. And if you see all this while, there was a lot of different ways of taking a backup storage option like local drive, Google Drive, Dropbox, and things like that. A lot of people has so all this while you had an option or you were doing it via a lot of different thing. Now this with this update you can take a backup directly from Tally, and how it will work I'll be showing you in a while as well. So the point number one, as started during the session, Tally Drive, Tally Drive for secured cloud backup, reliable, dependent auto backup that keeps your business running. So that's a one line thing: reliable, dependable, auto backup that keeps your business running. Now I'll be showing you in a quick while one time backup. Just 2 minutes, one time backup. So yeah. So say for example, I've got this company in my Tally. You can click on data. You can go to backup and restore. In that, there is a option called Tally login. So you have to log in with your Tally.net ID and the password. And the password. If you don't know your password, you can reset from here. Tally.net ID is nothing but which is tagged with your serial number. Once it is logged in, you can press enter. Once you enter it, you can go to data. Once you go to data, then when you click on a backup, you can select what company you want. You can just say, it gives you two options, Tally Drive or a cloud storage. You can say select from drive. You can put it anywhere. So if you want to do it in your C drive, D drive, or if you want to use a Tally Drive, you can use it accordingly. Once you can select companies where you wanted to take a backup. Once you take a backup, you can say set a backup password. So this is a encrypted password. So once it is enabling ensure that user the password cannot be restored back. And do you want to continue? The moment you say yes, it's an encrypted backup which is on for you. Now once you say yes, you just have to put the password which you know and press enter. So encrypted on a Tally drive using backup password, which is key generated, recovery key generated. And if there is a recovery email, you can just say, you can have a multiple recovery email. You can just say none, or you can add multiple address. If you add multiple address, it will take a backup accordingly. Once the backup is taken, once you save it, it will ask you for one more time for the user and password. This is just for the one time adding one time. You can add this and have the backup in place. So once the both the backups are done, just 2 minutes. Once both the backups are done, both the backups are done, you can go to Tally Data. Once you go to Tally Data and say manage drive, once you log in with your login ID, which is your .NET ID, it will give you your backup, current backup, single user. So if you're using the same email ID for multiple backup, it will give you a backup option. Now it will give you all your with the email ID and the size of the backup and the date and time. And it will give you for both the companies when was the last backup taken. Once you have it, if you it can be in your PC as well. Once you click, you can go to your properties. It's giving you 1 point. So see what I'm showing you here is the size of a backup was 150 MB, but it has shrink it and made it to 20 MB to store. And once you go, you can go to Deepak. I'm just showing you on the ID. It will just send you an email that your backup key, you'll get an email, you'll get a tally. It was backed up on where, which ID, everything it will show on a click of button. So it will give you company wise and the set password. You can get it. You will get an email notification. So you can just say you as we have added a different email ID also. And the different email ID, it has taken a backup based on the timer and a schedule what you have done. It will give you company detail. It will give you all the details of the backup and the time. So once you have that in place, so that's how your backup would be taken. This is one part of it. There's a lot of things I'll be showing you. So in the same thing, just 2 minutes. So just 1 minute. Yeah, schedule backup and report action for others. So what you can do in this is you can so say in this scheduler you can find out how to schedule a backup. So in the schedule backup, it will say if you have set a respective date and time, it will take a backup on the schedule time. You can click a button schedule and you can add a schedule backup accordingly. Once you have a schedule, you can put the time and frequency. You can put daily, monthly, weekly, or multiple dates on every ninth of the day, or you can put it as per your convenience and take a backup now, or you can set a backup password as I showed you earlier. Once you do all that and once you save it, you can put your username and password. So it's successfully done. Scheduler for the first company has been done. Now for the second company, it was taken last backup time and next backup where when it will take. So it will give you all the detail. So what backup I've taken earlier and what would be the upcoming backup. So with the schedule, you can backup frequency daily, monthly, once in a week. You can do it. You can set up a time, take a backup now. So while setting up, you can just say pause schedule backup. If you want, you can pause it. And if you want to set an alter security detail, which is a password, what you are adding, it can be taken it up accordingly. So next backup is pause for this company. If you want to resume it, you can just do it or click on a button, backup now, and it can take a backup accordingly. So in progress, and it will give you all the detail. It was taken on 9th November and the time. It will give you exact time and date for the backup. And say if you refresh, if you have taken a backup and if just in case if it is not reflecting, if you refresh, it will give you a current what the way you have taken the backup. In the basis of value, it will give you what all backups are active. You can filter and find out active. So say for example you've got 100 companies or 50 company, 5 company, 10 company. You exactly you can put a filter and take an action what all backup you have paused, and it will give you all the reports. So I'm saying show all the reports. It will give you uh, everything. Over and above, you can use a filter. You can say look for trader and say if you have a company which has a name called trade, it can find. If you go to more filter and if you press more filter detail, it will give you all the detail. The moment you press escape and say I'm going to schedule task daily, and it will give you an option. Now filter detail will give you backup frequency containing daily, and it will give you all the detail with a click of button. Plus, in a F12 configuration, format report, show data path. So you can have this report with more detail. So show company data, schedule backup, and say with a stripe view, it's giving you where it is company data, where it is stored, occurs on frequency, daily, time it's giving. At the same time, it will give you what date it has happened, company data path, where the company has been stored. At the same time, it'll give you company name, company numbering, and where it is getting stored, TallyDrive and which it. If you want, you can delete also. If you don't, with this, I'm doing a schedule backup or a backup what I've stored on my drive. Now, manage TallyDrive. So you need to add your user credential. The moment you say it will give you primary, then you have primary what all backup. As I showed you in earlier slide, it gave you an option in terms of how many backups has been taken. So moving on to the next part. So incremental backup. So I'll be sure I've got some recordings of the screen and I'll show you how the incremental backup will work. So I've got these two companies. I go to my data. Once I go to schedule backup, I'll select my companies. Once I select both the companies or one company, I just put the time when I want to take the backup. Once you make say incremental backup, so yeah, so you put the time, say full backup or incremental backup, which is recommended. So every now and then when you do more entries or more data where it is getting added, it will take the backup. Number of versions it can keep. So 1 to 336 versions can be it can be in between. You can just put say version 1 and then if you want to take a backup right now, you can do it, or if you want to set a password for that, so you put the password. And if just in case if you forget your password, if you want to have a recovery email id, you can keep a recovery email id for the same. Once you click on this, it KBCL Limited and the 27th of October 11 a.m. the backup has been taken. Now when I say to go to add schedule, when I say KBCL traders and end of list, and backup frequency and time. So provide method of backup. So see, before it was just a normal backup. If I press F12, it will add more details on the same thing, incremental backup or a full backup, and take a backup now. Yes, and set a backup password. Once you do that, press enter, and if you have an email ID, you can have add an incremental backup for both the backups, and it will give you an update accordingly. Likewise, both the company, the backup has been taken. So now, if you see the date of the system, it's taking exact system date based on the. If you go to backup, if you go to schedule backup, exactly on that time, it will take a backup based on your system date. So next backup, it will give you a next date 11 a.m. and it will so once it is successful, it will give you, once you click that, it will give you backup completed time, size, and all the MBs. So see, if you see, before it was 2 3 396 KB and then 20, so full backup and the incremental backup, accordingly it has given you all the details. So on 27th October, the backup size was 38.4 MB and this backup is 38.05 MB. So this is a normal backup and another one was an incremental backup. So the data which is getting stored and the size what it is capturing, it will give you all the details in the same screen. Now moving on to the next part, TallyDrive portal view. So you might be seeing, yeah, the backups are happening, how the TallyDrive looks like, how to log in into TallyDrive. So what you can do is you can go to tallysolutions.com, which is a Tally website. You can click on log on. You can just put your username and password once you log in. So kindly ignore the upper side because it's an employee thing. Now you go to the accounts and then uh, here in the control center, if you scroll down, TallyDrive management and TallyDrive. Once you click, it will say primary Tally Gold 3 GB available storage. What all storage you have used, you can add it. So currently the TallyPrime license is Gold. Serial number, your email ID, storage summary. You have 3 GB, out of that you have used 2. Uh, Available is 2.9, 100 MB has been used, which is showing on which email ID. Once you scroll down, it will give you company wise list of the backups what you have taken. So that's a view how you can view about the backups and then manage TallyDrive. Once you go to data and once you go to the manage, if you click on the current, it will give you a backup size, what time, what date the backup has happened based on the company. And once you toggle it between the window and you go to a TallyDrive, it will give you exact date and time of the backup when it was taken. If you don't want any backup which you want to delete, so real time, say this backup I have deleted. Once you delete, you go back to your Tally, and once you refresh, it will give you an update accordingly. So just 2 minutes. So just showing it again because so if I've deleted the backup, if you go back to the Tally screen now, if you refresh from here, uh, refresh the storage. Once you refresh, make it yes. So it other backup what was showing, it went off. So you've deleted from the drive. It's a real-time sync between the Tally portal, which is from the website you can access, and that's from anywhere you can download it. Say for example, you're using Tally in UAE, you're traveling, you're not carrying your laptop. What you can, if you have a access of your portal, you can log in from anywhere in the world and you can just download the backup, do the entry, upload it again. The other user who's in UAE, he can use it accordingly. So that's on a backup thing. I'll be showing you some more things. Defining user accessibility. And so this is a website from where you can take the backup, and uh, where uh, defining user accessibility, how you can have an accessibility for the users in a multi-user environment. You've got multiple users and you don't want everyone to take a backup, or you want to have a certain access control. In the further slides, I'll be showing you how the user defined accessibility will work. So you log into your portal, go to the control center. You are a standard user, your email ID, and take a backup. So now it's take a backup to TallyDrive, release accessibility. Now see, now download and restore the company. Tally client with the license and branch, Tally with any license, Tally in education version. So what you can do is you can have a control access that way. Create a user, all backup with a new user, and once you save it, it will give you an option. So the new user what we've created, we've made it a standard user, and we've given a certain accessibility. Once you go to your data, now user manage TallyDrive, you put your username and password. Now I've changed the uh, uh, accessibility. So now this user doesn't have a delete option which was showing before. Now it has got removed. Now if you go back to the portal, and if you give an access to him to delete as well, and save it. So once it is saved and you go back, okay, and once you go back to the tally, it will give you an option. Once you refresh, it will give you an option. If you see on the down, it will give you an option to delete now. So it's a user control access. You can have a user control in place in terms of taking a backup, and like deleting, or how what kind of access. It has a lot of option. So download and restore the backup, or take a backup only on drive. So say for example, I want a user to take a backup only, nothing else. He won't be able to do anything. So say for example, on the same user, when I refresh the page, a real time refresh will happen based on the thing. So now it will not show you when was the backup taken. It will just let you take a backup based on the access what is given. So now when I go back, take a backup on a tally drive, so download and restore, and now I'm giving a lot of option to this user. And once I save it, once the save is done, you go to tally and refresh storage. Yes, once the refresh storage is, it will work. It will give you all the options what we disabled. Again in data, backup, company end of list, and say set a backup password. You will enable a password. It will give you one time notification. Once you accept, it will give a username. And as we have not authorized this user to take a backup, it requires an authorization or contact administrator. So which is the admin ID. It will give an authorization, and that's when he'll be like X user can take a backup and use it accordingly. So enable Tally Drive backup. I've just disabled it, saved it. Now for this user, once we saved it, go back to the Tally Drive, and once you save it, it will give you an option accordingly. So FAQs, you as I've shown you a lot of things, you might have a question. Can I schedule a backup of a group company? No, scheduling a group company, backup of a group company, it's not possible in release 7.0. You have to take a backup of individual company. How do I know which backup belongs to which schedule task? For a local backup, So if you have a question, how can you have a look that which backup is from which task? For a local backup, you can check file name and a backup logs. And from TallyDrive, you can identify with date and time. Can I create multiple data backup schedule for the same company? Yes, you can archive by creating multiple schedule with a different time frequency and or the destination. How do I know backup file on a local drive is one time backup or a scheduled backup? For one time backup, if you see the backup would be, so if you're taking on a local drive, if you're taking it on a one time backup, it will the backup file will be TBKA 1800, and if it is a schedule, if it would be TSDBK 1800 and your company name. So that's how you can identify. Yes, you can take you can schedule a local drive one time and you can schedule a backup also. What happens to my backup and logs if I split the company? The parent company stays the same. Child companies create alter of the spill, need a new scheduler. So it's very simple. The main company has all the detail. The new company what has created, you have to add all the details. Why is my recovery key different from the old one? Each time you resend a key, the new gets generated. The all new remains valid until the backup password is changed. So you can have a different thing like new recovery keys, but yeah, every time when you schedule a backup, the password, if you don't change the password unless it remains the same. I send my recovery key to wrong email ID. What should I do? Resend the key to correct email ID and change your backup password. This indicates the all the keys. I didn't set my backup earlier. How can I add one? So if you have not set your backup, open schedule backup, select task control plus enter and set a password under security detail. This applies to all the version of the backup. If I reset the backup password, will the old backup stop working? No, old backup stay recoverable with the previous password. What password you're adding? It's for the new company. Uh, where is my TallyDrive data hosted? TallyDrive is managed by Tally and hosted on AWS, uh, AWS India and Mumbai and Hyderabad region. What happens to backup if I use a trial or rental license? Backup remains accessible while your license is active. After expiry, the data will be kept for 90 days and then permanently it's deleted. You took a license for 1 year. After 1 year, the backup will stay for 3 more months, or not 3 months, 90 days, and then it would be deleted permanently. How are the backups deleted automatically when storage is full, or only by users? Backups aren't deleted automatically. If your storage is full, new backup fail until space is clear or extended. When you delete manually, the license admin gets a email with the user and the company details. Is it possible to delete a specific backup version or transfer the storage on another .NET? No. You can delete only the entire backup file, and storage cannot be uh, transferred between Tally.NET. Can I allow user to view and not restore the backup? No. If a user can view the backup, then can also restore and download it. So another why don't I see my scheduled backup tasks after restoring? Scheduled tasks aren't included in backup. You need to recreate them manually. Does Tally use my system time or IST schedule backup? It uses your system time. Why do my TallyDrive storage look outdated? The Tally update once every 24 hours. To refresh instantly, you can press F1 setting license management and press F5 to update and reopen. It will give you an update. How long does my login session stays active? Until you log out or close TallyPrime, the 24-hour session expires or reset session via troubleshooting. What will happen if corrupted company data get backup to TallyDrive? No, Tally checks your data before backup. If data is corrupted, corruption is found, the backup will stop and you will need to repair the data. So, benefits about the Tally Drive protects your data, business critical data with the comprehensive automated backup solution. So it gives you automated backup, scheduled daily, weekly, monthly backup to the local cloud storage. Cloud protection, secure your data with Tally Drive, reliable cloud storage, flexible recover your data, uh, restoring data from your latest or backup, or it can or any previous version. Optimize storage, so you will have incremental backup with 5x zip with compress your space if efficiently and secured. Instant alert, receive immediate notification when scheduled backup fails. Prerequisite, so why it's important: if you want to get on the release 7, uh, you should first is TallyPrime release 7.0 for auto backup and the storage. It's available in 7.0. You have an active TSS for auto backup and Tally Drive, and run as administrator when required. So these are the prerequisite. If your TSS is not valid, get in touch with the partner, and you are in touch with Tally Global, who are one of our certified partner. They'll help you migrate and renew your TSS to come on the latest release. So 400 plus report millions of user are focus in making easier to find exact what you're looking. So we'll be talking about this now. So when it came to Tally ERP9 value filter and range filter, then Tally ERP9 we removed line and other thing. Tally Prime we have got go to basis of value, and Tally Prime save view for one for all companies and system, and Tally Prime report filter replace the value and the range. However, all this feature work within a single company or and a specific report. So the second point, like if you have any questions, you can write it on the chat box. And the second part of the session is instant discover with a smart find. Everything you need. Just 2 minutes. Yeah. So instant discover with a smart find everything what you need right at your fingertips. So find, so when it comes to a powerful feature that redefines how you retrieve and access information in Tally, uh, locate anything, quickly locate and user enter information within the masters and the transaction. uh, Intelligent matching, smart matching, find smart spelling, partial text, not just a exact match, and complete visible get result across multiple loaded company in one go. And not for on not and not all the experience all three in one place. So let's dive in and I'll show you how the smart find will look like. Find or with or condition. So say I've got national enterprises, one company is loaded. If you see on F1, if I go to my settings, find. Now if I enable find result for all the words which are present, say any word which is present and include similar spelling, and once you go to smart find, You write Bhagya Dell. It will give you all the details accordingly. It has ledger, stock, and everything. You have added Dell also, so it's taking Dell as well. So now there's a receipt. Once you open it, it's taking with a receipt what has come now. Uh, Another trader, the stock item voucher number. It has picked Dell laptop, Dell as well. So with one find, you get all the details. Now in the uh, different thing, if you see here, just 2 minutes. You see in the particulars also it gives you other detail. You go to find, and so I've just changed spelling a bit, and space Dell and enter. It will give you all the options. So it gives you both stock and the ledger at the same time. That's how the find will work. Moving to the next part, find with similar keywords. So now, if you have a similar keywords, how to find? You just go to find. Agrawal is your customer name, or it will give you an option which is Agrawal. So the spelling, there are little. So if you say ledger name Agrawal and payment, it will give you all the details. Include similar spelling. So if there is Agral and there are different spelling of Agrawal, if there is a spelling which is Agrawal, all spell same but the spells are different, so it will find the exact match, similar match. So now we have John, so it will give you John job work and John JHON equipment as well. So it takes a right abbreviation in ledgers, and it gives you an exact with detail. So now you go to details, it will give you job work in order and job work in order. It will give you all the details. Now, once you go to the search, you go to refrigerators. It will give you all the. So I've added a wrong spelling as well. It gives you exact similar match what you meant to be uh, take. So now, once you go back to your tally, you go to search, and now you say Ramaya. There is no match found. So basis of value include similar spelling, yes. And once you save it, it will give you Ramaiha, where there's a change in spelling. It gives you a similar match based on your requirement. Now, if you go to in find and if you say include similar spellings, if said yes. Now, if you go to search and add the detail, Ramaya, it will find all the similar details and it will give you details accordingly. So with this, it will give you all the finds whatever you want. Moving to the next part, find with specific field. So if you want to find out with the specific field in your Tally Prime, it will give you based on a specific. If you add a specific detail, it will give you a find as per the specific as well. You go to search, write Mumbai. It will give you looked for Mumbai in narration, destination, or go down name. So it gives you all the detail. So destination Mumbai, once you press enter, it will take only destination as a Mumbai. Go down name and Mumbai. It will take only go down name and Mumbai. So now narration and cash. It will give you narration where it is written cash. paid in cash. If you open the transaction, it gives you a detail accordingly. Now ledger name, if you Bhagya, Bhagya, and then it will give you details accordingly. Likewise, ledger amount 12,000. It will give you an exact with the 12,000 amount. Says at times what happens, you have done a transaction and customer comes in here, I have done a transaction with X amount. You need to find out with that X amount, or a transaction has happened yesterday. The amount was 199 dirhams or something. So you put date and the detail, it will come accordingly. So likewise, it will really help you. It will give you find throughout. I'll say find across multiple loaded companies. So if you have multiple companies loaded, it will find across the companies. Just play it. So there's one company. I've added one more company. There are two companies loaded at the same time. Now I'm adding a search, and it's finding in look for Bhagya and both the ledgers, and it's giving you all the detail. Now the moment you click a company, it's only checking in this Delhi one company. But now when you say another company, it will find out in another company as well. Now, once you say all companies, it will find out a detail in all the companies and it'll give you an option accordingly. Now, include contain match. Once you make it, yes, it will give you a detail with an exact content match which has a similar spelling wherever it's required. So now, when it comes to cash, you write cash and all the cash related transaction in both the company will show accordingly. Now it's showing in one company. Now if you want to see it in HO or you press enter all the companies, it will give you all the what there are 14 transaction in two different companies. Now if you put a list view based on the different company, so now it's giving bifurcation. This company, this are the transaction, another company, this are the transaction. So now number of result, it says 100. Now say all the transaction. If you press F12, if you want to see only the transaction, it will show only the transactions as well. Now if you go to F1, go to settings and find. With that, say find within the current company. If you make it loaded companies, so it will take all the company. Show result, all result, and say masters transaction. You can have a filter accordingly in the settings. You search, say cash, and press enter. Based on that, it will give you all the detail. Now, if you want, say company view, so it will give you company wise view. So yes, and then once you go to search once again, you put certain transaction number or some airway bill number or look for this number, it will exactly find the that match. It will give you in a payment and receipt which is linked with this number. And see, this is the instrument number for the check, and it has pulled up accordingly in the receipt also. So you received in a Kotak Man. Once you press the amount, it will give you a check or DD number. So you can have the number. So now if you write some random number and if there's any reference in with the same number, it will give you where exactly it's picking from and it will give you all the details accordingly. So once you save it, it will give you in purchase also that amount is in the supplier invoice number. So it picked up accordingly. Once you go back, and once you have done finding, you can just find for some other number or any alphabet. So now if I put this number is there in voucher number. So first it has found out in a sales voucher number. It's there in the receipt, and if you want, you can have it company wise as well. So National Enterprise Delhi, this number is a sales invoice number with the 10,000 amount. In another one is you press enter, it's a receipt where this number is received, which is added in a narration. And once you see, go back, it will give you exact details. So this number was used at multiple places. It will give you an option where you can see it at multiple voucher in multiple companies. It will help you find it accordingly. So in narration where you have added, so so that's how. So if you it was showing in the bank as well. So once you save it, it's giving you based on the against reference. Now, it's finding as per based on a company what all numbers you want, what all details you want. It will find it accordingly. Other announcement redefine a better experience and a performance. So, in this, I'll be talking about what other things what we have in Tally. So, native support of native dollars symbol support, seamless, compliant, consistent, and currency represented. Where it will give you TallyPrime will give you is supporting a dollar symbol, which is a need of an hour, which is integrates seamlessly into existing workflow. If you're using Tally, it will just if you want, if you update to the latest release, it will give you an dollar symbol accordingly, which is need of an hour. A lot of people now, a lot of places people ask for instead of AED, they ask a dollar symbol, a dirham symbol. It's available in Tally now in the latest release 7.0. Apologies for the slip of tongue. It's a dollar symbol which can come in your invoice and wherever you want. So it's available in Tally Prime. I'll just show you a quick video on that. So see, post migration, it was 7.0, and it will give you. So once you migrate, so if you are an existing customer and if you migrate to the latest one, once it is migration is done, and this screen updates has, so you press Control Shift 6, it will give you all the details. So you go to debug, you go to your sales and say you print it, you go to preview. As of now, it's giving value, amount, and there is a dirham symbol. Now control plus F1, it will give you help button, and you can get all the updates on accordingly. Other announcement redefine for the better experience and performance. Native JSON support, JSON format support for data exchange. So for third-party integration and company data import, in release 7.0, JSON format can be used for data exchange between two instances of Tally and a third-party application. In addition to current support XML format, the JSON implement adheres to Tally data structure requirements, provided modern integration capabilities while maintaining compatibility with existing system. Optimize performance, company load performance and report performance. Optimize loading of company, which with the option for company in TallyPrime, which is more faster. Optimize loading of report, the option enhance for the better performance of voucher based report. Note, uh, two new points have been added under the help setting startup enhance performance, in case in case of any issue, set as no. And if you have an TDL and they show blank incorrect data, optimize loading reports, also TDL will work, and add fetch method correctly to TDL codes for enablement. So we will switch to Q&A. So if you have any questions, I think there are some, we are right on time. Uh, uh, so this is the exact, if you have any questions, my colleagues are already replying on the chats. Can you show us symbol again? And okay, can we please find out cost center wise? So we'll take a question. Shiv Kumar had a question. Dirham symbol, I'll show it to you again. Jayesh, can I find cost center detail? Yes, you can find all the details. I'll show you a Dirham symbol. So this is the exact symbol what is being given to us, as we're an FTA accredited software. All the details and anything which is required or a need of an hour, we have already given it. So yeah, it will give you search throughout the product. Over and above, there is a EVAT filing in Tally. If you wanted to file your VAT return, as on today, what you do is you export your reports from Tally, and once you export, like you go to VAT 2.0 report, you go to export and VAT 2.0 form, you download and you take the value and put it on Amarat X portal. With the current enhancement, you can click exchange button and you can log into Amarat X portal from Tally. It will pick only your values of your VAT 2.0 form. So you'll be rest assured in terms of updating all the details. So yeah, let me check. Can you show when can if you are at the latest release, it's here. Control Shift and 6, F6, 6, it will give you a symbol. I'll just show you. So this is a company I'll select. This is AED. I've created in the older release. Now it will be symbol. So that there's a migration required. What if you are a Tally user, you're using an older version. The moment you migrate, you'll migrate everything. Once every migration is done, you press Control Shift and 6, and it will give you there will be change in terms of the instead of AED, it will show you a dirham symbol. Once you preview, it will show Control Shift and 6. That's an option. It will give you, instead of AED, there is a dirham symbol which is given. Yes, so that's all from our side. If there is any questions, we'll take one by one. And thank you once again, Tally Global Software, for arranging this session. And please stay connected. We'll be doing some more sessions on the same similar topic. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with Tally Global. If your TSS is not valid, it's time for you to valid your TSS, renew your TSS, and come to the latest release of Tally, and get and latest get get to the latest release. Over and above, Tally being an FTA accredited software, we have already applied for an ASP for e-invoicing. So this sooner, once the law comes